Hello and welcome to Overdrive, ladies and gentlemen. In the previous video, I gave you a walk around of the new Taycan that's coming to our shores. What may or may not come, however, is this. This is the Taycan GT with Weissach Pack. Now, this is a Turbo GT with Weissach Pack, which means this is going to be the top of the line Taycan that you can put your money on. And if there is enough interest, Porsche might actually just bring it to the Indian shores. So in this walk around, I'm just going to show you what is this car all about. So Porsche nerds, car nerds, you would have already noticed that it looks visually different than the standard Taycan that we showed you in the previous video. One of the first things that you might notice are those wings next to the bumper. Then there are the different brakes. There are the forged wheels. If you look closely at the branding for the tire, this is going to be the Pirelli Trofeo RS. And you will also notice that on the charging port, you don't have that little ledge because this is mechanical. It's not electrically controlled like you get on the standard Taycan. In fact, if you move over to the other side, the other port simply isn't there. All this is for weight saving. You only get the fast charging with this. And speaking of weight saving, you will see carbon fiber skirting, you will see carbon fiber on the B pillar, and at the rear you will see this massive wing with the Weissach logo on it, because this is, like I said, the Turbo GT with the Weissach Pack. So the rear bumper, you will notice the diffuser, you will again see the wings right next to it. So all this is for creating additional downforce. In fact, you're talking about 140 kgs of downforce at the rear, 80 kgs of downforce at the front. So that's 220 kgs of downforce over and above the Taycan Turbo. That's massive. How that translates to on the track, well, I don't really need to say much, but we are at the track and we are going to put this car to the test. And there's going to be a whole bunch of videos about that, including onboard laps, etc. So definitely stay tuned to youtube.com/odmag for that, because there's an embargo, so I can't really upload that right away with this walk around. But we are going to now step into the cabin and show you what's different here. And if you heard a few vehicles fly by, those were the Taycan GT4s. But what you're going to get in here is, sorry, the Taycan Turbo GTs, not the GT4s. I think I just love the GT4 RS a little too much, and that GT4 just keeps popping up every time I'm talking about a top-of-the-line Porsche. Anyway, so you get these Turbo GT carbon fiber seats. The rest of the package remains almost similar. Why I say almost is because the steering wheel is going to be different. I'm going to step over to the other side to show that to you. What you're not going to get is the passenger side screen. You do get this panel, however, and then you get the Weissach badge right here. At the rear, now you can't really take too many friends for a hot lap because there are no rear seats with this. What you get is this carbon fiber trunk, and you can actually stuff knickknacks or maybe, you know, your track day clothing or whatever right here. So they've given you a little bit of that storage space right there. You can also get yourself a roll cage if you so need. You can order that from Porsche separately if you're going to really do serious track days with this car. In fact, Porsche has been very serious with this car on the track. They've set quite a few records now. They've gone to Nürburgring, they've gone to Laguna Seca, they've beaten the Tesla Model S Plaid's Laguna Seca time. So yeah, they have been doing some serious stuff with this car. Now it puts out over 1000 PS of power. There's close to 1300 Newton meters of torque. What that translates into is a 0 to 100 time of 2.2 seconds. Yep, 2.2 seconds for the Weissach Pack, 2.3 seconds for the Turbo GT without the Weissach Pack. Here are more Turbo GTs with the Weissach Pack that you can see here. And then this is the Turbo GT without the Weissach Pack. So that was the Turbo GT in action right there using the attack mode. So you have the boost mode with the standard Taycan Turbo where you can press a little switch on the steering and that gives you the boost mode. So if you press this particular button, it gives you a boost mode that gives you about 70 kilowatts of additional power. But with the Weissach Pack, you get a different steering that I was talking about, and you also get 120 kilowatts of boost. So that's the different steering. Let's quickly show you that. So that's the different steering. You also get a different satellite button for the active suspension, and then this positive paddle shifter is also going to engage that boost mode or attack mode as they call it. And now compared to the standard turbo, the boost mode needs a 10-second gap for you to re-engage it. But with the Turbo GT, the gap can be a mere 4 seconds, which means that on the track, you can use it multiple times. You can literally power out of corners. Every time you have the slightest hint of a straight, you can use that for that instantaneous boost. Like I said, 120 kilowatts of boost for 10 seconds is what you get, and then a 4-second gap, and then you can use it again. So that really makes a lot of difference, right? You've used that in video games. You've pressed spacebar many times to use NOS, right? It's something similar to that. How effective that is, I'm going to show you in the video when we do the review. So stay tuned for that, like I said. But this is now the top of the line Taycan Turbo GT. And like I said, if there is going to be enough interest for this in the Indian market, they will actually consider bringing it to India. Let me know your thoughts about it. Let me know your thoughts about the figures that I was mentioning. And if you were out to buy a Taycan, would you buy the base, the 4S, the Turbo, or the Turbo GT, or the Turbo GT with the Weissach Pack? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video.